Hello and welcome to Realms Edge Gaming. In this episode I thought what we could do is just take a quick look at the article that's just dropped, and it's all about how to survive a godly smackdown between Teclis and Nagash. So as we know, on Saturday tomorrow with Broken Realms Book 2, Teclis is available for pre-order, and in this we're going to be able to see the following kind of 5 armies. We've got Lumineth Realm Lords, we've got Cities of Sigmar, Maggot Kin of Nurgle, Flesh Eater Courts, and the Ossiarch Bone Reapers. So the article begins by saying, we've seen the heroes, we've seen the bodyguards, and we've even seen a big floating rock with a house on top of it. Now, to cap off the week of Lumineth coverage, we're going to have a handy guide on how to keep safe as Teclis unleashes his latest schemes against Nagash. So we get to see how all of this unfolds as Teclis is less than happy with the way that the kind of necroquake happened and all of the implications for that. So the first point that they make is to be aware of current events. So this is kind of an interesting one because it says, as you may have noticed, during the tumult surrounding Marathi's ascension to godhood, the Broken Realms saga sees age-defining events ripple across the realm. With 2 of the greatest mages in Warhammer history taking aim at each other, something's inevitably going to crop up near your home, even if you're not a denizen of Hish or Shaish. So it says, after all, Nagash is nothing if not a schemer, and the forces of death are all too happy to enact a few grand plans of their own. This is the interesting part now. We've heard rumours that something is going on under the mountains of Chamon too, so keep up to date. And don't get caught out when their plans inevitably spill over. So I imagine that when it says something's going on under the mountains of Chamon, that could link maybe with Book 4, Kragnos, because it says that he awoke from under the mountain. If it is that, it's kind of really caught me off guard, because in my video about Kragnos, I kind of predicted that it was going to be either Garan or Gur where it was set. So I don't know if this is going to be a separate event with Chamon, the realm of metal, or if this is something totally separate. When I was talking to my girlfriend about it, she thought that maybe it could be the Duardin, perhaps. I guess it's kind of feasible, the realm of metal. I know lots of people are talking about wanting a kind of Duardin faction, or how will they help. So that kind of got me thinking there, maybe it could be. We'll have to wait and see, but I'd love to get your opinion too. Do you think it's going to be something to do with Kragnos, or something totally separate? When it says about don't get caught out when the plans inevitably spill over, I'm not sure who that refers to when their plans, whether that's the Lumineth, Nagash, or this kind of whoever's under the mountain, I guess maybe the Kragnos faction. The next kind of point is to stay away from giant glowing warlords. So you wouldn't believe how many times we've had to say this. So with the forces of light and death clashing across multiple realms, mighty champions are thrust into deadly duels that see some of the finest fighters in the mortal realms test their skills against one another. To be honest, they're rarely looking out for bystanders when the swinging starts. And here we've got Arkan the Black. Now, why might he be important with the light of Eltharion? Well, it says, who's about to get a chance to enact his long-awaited revenge. With his incorporeal foe possessing no more flesh to age into dust, can the dread Mortarch withstand Eltharion's furious assault? If you want to find out, please do so from a safe distance. Well, the 2 of them, if you remember, Arkan the Black actually had a hand in killing Eltharion when he was alive back in the world that was. So I'm sure the 2 of them are definitely going to have a sort of really, really interesting, not only dialogue, but hopefully a kind of one-on-one as well, because it would be great to see the 2 fighters, and well, 1 fighter I suppose, and Arkan the Black, see how they fare in that kind of a duel. I have to be honest, I'm really looking forward to this Broken Realms book. I think it's going to be an absolute cracker. I've been looking at the White Dwarf issue with the Flashpoint, And there's going to be a video on that coming out quite soon as well, about how the Flesh Eater Courts, the Ossiarch Bone Reapers, are kind of working together to kind of go against the Luminath, and how that unfolds. So it'll be really interesting to see how that kind of narrative pans out. And then we've got this one: keep an eye on the neighbours. So although the Luminath and the Ossiarch are taking centre stage in Broken Realms, they're not the only ones getting drawn into the God's dark struggle. So we've got mechanizations headed by everyone's favourite backstabbing vampire. I think that's our friend Manfred, soon to be riling up the plague hosts of Nurgle, who have got some newly updated heralds at the fore. So that kind of makes me think of the Broken Realms fiction that was released recently about Manfred. And it was all about how he'd managed to kind of open up a portal, and he was talking with the Maggotkin of Nurgle about kind of what was happening. And it was a really kind of strange story. It was called The Path of Futility. And it kind of ended with Nurgle saying how difficult it would be to kind of defeat them, that they had far too many in number. And Manfred saying something along the lines of, well, I don't intend to win, or I don't intend to defeat them. So I don't think anyone has got any idea what his plans are, but I'm sure they will be entertaining nonetheless. So this is our updated Maggotkin of Nurgle, the Sloppity Bile Piper, with the Jolly Gut Pipes. And basically what he's got is a variety of different songs, all suitably gruesomely titled, giving a variety of different benefits. So this is the city of Sigmar city that is going to be kind of focused on, with an eclectic mix of Stormcast and Luminath as well. And it just reminds me of the Broken Realms fiction. I think it was called Enlightenment, where the main character from the human perspective started off kind of thinking, something's not quite right here, and kind of growing more and more kind of, frustrated with the Lumina, thinking that they were arrogant. And then, strangely enough, as the story progresses, or as the kind of diary entry or letter progresses, he starts to see the light, no pun intended, and suddenly thinks that Luminath are wonderful and how helpful and amazing they are. So this is Settler's Gain, and it gives some benefits to the Free Guild and some of the wizards as well. So again, I think that's going to be a really interesting City of Sigmar to explore. It says here, be sure to safely pay witness to the Mage God's grand attempt to end the Soul Wars once and for all when Broken Realms Teclis arrives. So I think it's going to be a really interesting book. I'm definitely going to be looking forward to reading the lore and seeing how it progresses, and I'm sure you guys are as well. If you could drop a comment below, tell me what you're most excited for, whether it's one of the factions, or just the kind of the development in the lore, what you think it means for this kind of part where it mentioned about Under the Mountain of Chamon. What could that be? I think these articles are wonderful. I love how they kind of help to develop interest and hype and everything. I think they've been really well crafted. So looking forward to speaking with you all in the comments. Thanks for joining me once again. I really do enjoy speaking with you guys. So hopefully we'll speak soon. Thanks very much, and speak soon. Bye-bye.